All right, y'all. So as always, we are back with a very bullish Toshi video. In this one, we are going to be going over some interesting things happening in crypto, and it's starting to, be more established in the real world. Like it's moving from a place where it's just solely digital to now it's being put in stores. It's a lot of things happening. So at the end of the day, crypto is progressing. Banks has already said at the beginning of 2026, they're going to be tokenizing everything. Like we have a bunch of bullish things going on in crypto, and people are still worried about the prices of what's going on right now. Yes, there is manipulation. Yes, there's things like this all the time. But the fact of the matter is you need to invest. The whole point of investing is investing before everyone else sees the vision. Like you don't like this quick gratification generation is. This is why this generation is stuck suffering, because they want them get rich quick schemes. Like back in the day in the stock market, people saw things like Warren Buffett saw that Coca-Cola would be something big one day. He bought a bunch of it, and as Coca-Cola grew, that's how he made his wealth. This is how people used to understand that this is how it worked when it comes down to making money. Now, because of the meme coin gambling era, people have all these expectations that's just false when it comes to what it means to truly make money. Unless you are a trader trading the markets using technical analysis, skill, and real evidence, you shouldn't be out here gambling trying to make money overnight. Otherwise, you're purely gambling. And with that type of mindset, it's very destructive to truly building wealth. Most people who gamble, yeah, you can win, 1,000 here, 2,000 there, or something like that. You can win a little bit of money gambling, but it's not likely that you'll be able to consistently repeat that. You build wealth when you can repeat what you've done. Repeat it time and time and time again. That is a skill, and it's not very hard to do. It is not hard to do whatsoever. So those people still struggling, you might just have to have a tweak in your mindset in the way that you see things, and that will be what puts you over the top and gets you to the financially abundant future that you're more than likely hoping for in this space. So that being said, let's go over the reality of what's happening right now. As you can see, Toshi still some downward pressure coming from Toshi. Doesn't matter. This is short-term price action. This is nothing to be worried about in the short term, in my opinion. Now, let's move on. Check it out. Supermarket giant Spar is now accepting Bitcoin Lightning payments in Switzerland. It's happening. Check this out. So they're already starting to accept Bitcoin. The world is already starting to adopt this new technology. This is why it's so important. This is why it's so key to understand what's going on in real life, while everybody on the market who's used to pump and dumps and scams and stuff like that, while everybody's talking about the nonsense that is most meme coins, that is the degenerate gambling space. Look at what's happening in the real world and who's facilitating this. Who's helping with a lot of these, the legislations, who's helping with a lot of this? Coinbase. The same Coinbase that said they just prepared Base to onboard billions of people. Why would they be preparing and putting funding and money behind? Like, why would they be working with the United States government to fund and put money behind building up a platform like Base to onboard billions of people? Why would they be doing something like that? Okay, I mean, it's just certain things that's just common sense. You see stuff like this happening in real life. You see the banks starting to partner with Coinbase. You see all the pieces in front of you. I can show you the pieces. I can't make you use common sense to discern what this actually means for you. At the end of the day, you can either be blindsided by something obvious, or you can position based on something obvious. This is why I show you the evidence every single day. You can't say people, like, it's a lot of people coming to the same conclusions and seeing what's happening. And this is Tom Lee's opinion. So, I mean, you can take this how you want to take it, but check it out. He thinks I still see $3 million per coin. Like he's seeing the value of Bitcoin in the long term. And when Bitcoin moves, that's when Ethereum moves. And then when Ethereum moves, that's when things like Toshi is free to move. So at the point where Bitcoin goes to, $3 million per coin, what would Ethereum be at? And then what would that push something like Toshi to? So like, this is the type of, like, because we did the math and we seen some potential futures and outcomes where, depending on where Bitcoin goes, Toshi, it would make sense. It would make sense for it to be 1,000x plus. So at the point where these things are really hitting these points where people believe that they're going to hit, what does that mean for everything else, especially things positioned where Toshi is? So yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people get mad and upset hearing about it and not seeing price action, but at the end of the day, like, just don't watch it. You can't stomach the truth and stomach the things that's genuinely going on and that's genuine possibilities based only on facts and no emotions, because I'm down like everybody else. So I'm not finna placate babies and things like that. I am down too, and I'm down more than most people. So I'm not finna sit here and cater to your couple $1,000 loss. Who cares? Like, who cares? Like, I don't care. If I'm not sitting here crying about my own bag, I'm not finna sit here and cry about yours. It is what it is. This is the game. And guess what I'm doing? I'm putting more of my own money in. So why would I sit here and kumbaya cry with you? Come on now. We're doing this. Like, we're investors. We're here to make money. And I sit here and bitch about the market. Let's get it.
Gold. Well, gold moves first, and then Bitcoin catches up. So I think that there is going to be the network value of gold just went up by a lot. And so let's say gold settles at 5,000. That puts fair value of Bitcoin, like 1.6 to 2 million if it matches gold's network value. So I think it's actually helping Bitcoin's future terminal price.
So you think that if gold settles at 5,000, Bitcoin, you take the gold market cap divided by the number of Bitcoin, then you get 1.6 to $2 million per coin. What's the time frame for us to get there?
Well, I mean, I can see that in 5 years for Bitcoin. So I think
5 years.
Yeah. I think
That'd
Bitcoin. Yeah, I think Bitcoin doesn't get capped by gold. It actually gets pulled up by gold. And then, because it's growing the monetary base, right?
And then this year, gold's up 60-ish%, Bitcoin's up 18 to 20%, depending on the day. Do you think that on December 31st of 2025, we'll actually look back and could Bitcoin have outperformed gold in 2025, even though it has such a big lead right now?
Yeah, I mean, we have a lot of time. We have 10 weeks. As you know, Bitcoin makes its move in 10 days a year. So are Bitcoin's best days in the fourth quarter? Probably, because we have catalysts, the Fed's easing. We have a shutdown that's been risk off. We have China-US tensions that, look, every time there's a headline on China, like Bitcoin takes a gut punch, right? Because it is money flows and deleveraging. So that goes away. We have seasonality that favors stocks moving up, and stocks moving helps Bitcoin. So to me, the chances of Bitcoin having a huge fourth quarter are really high, and not all of these would be tailwinds for gold. So I wouldn't count. I still think it's possible for Bitcoin to hit 200,000 by the end of the year.
So yeah, look at that. And so by the end of the year, he says 3 million in 5 years, 200,000 by the end of the year. That's massive. That is a massive prediction. And I honestly don't think people like him, like people at his level, I don't think that they're accounting for, the unexpected. And like, this is just what mathematically makes sense based on the numbers and the things that we have seen. I'm someone who, maybe because I'm not as formally trained and things like that, I am willing to bank on things like, or take a chance on things like something we've never seen, super parabolic runs that make no sense or seem like they make no sense. Like, he's talked about all the recent catalysts. He didn't even speak on the catalyst that crypto is finally, it's recognized as a currency. That's what we've been waiting for the entire time. So he didn't even really speak on that. So I take into consideration things like that, the biggest catalyst in this entire, like the entire crypto space has ever seen. I think that we could catapult towards certain prices much quicker than anybody expects. So a lot of people put he said 200K this year. I don't go by the year, I go by the bull run. So I don't know when the bull run is going to end. I'm hearing expectations up into Q2 2026. So I go based on bull run. I expect a certain performance throughout a bull run. I don't try to time the market. That's the first thing my mentor taught me, is no one can time the market. So trying to do so is something that I don't do. I watch the sentiment to understand where we are in the market and what are the chances that, we're close to an end or we're in the middle. Like, I look for things like that, things that it's more easy to spot as opposed to trying to time the market perfectly, because no one can do that. Like, I see a bunch of negative posts and stuff, tweets and things like that, and messages on my YouTube videos. I kind of gauge, okay, the sentiment is changing, it's shifting. Oh, my viewership is going down. There's less people watching. That means more people are concerned, or more people are starting to feel like I'm full of shit. because I make these videos every single day, and they're in their feelings, they're in their emotions. I gauge the market based on things like this. I factor that in. I'm like, okay, because I'm not worried about viewership and things like that going down. I don't give a shit. At the end of the day, once what we're seeing actually delivers fruit, then everybody's gonna, oh, he really knew what he was talking about. Oh my God. It's like, I've been through this. I've lived through this before. It happened in the last community. Turned 3K to 200. And oh, everybody listened then. That's when everybody listens. But when everybody could be in a position to start putting yourself in a position to actually win, nobody want to hear it then. But you want to jump in and start piling on top, making people like myself money. I mean, if that's the way some people want to move, cool. But there are a group of people that want to position themselves to make money alongside, you know, certain people who are positioned to win. And luckily, we have a lot of people in the community like that. So yeah, anyway, let's keep going. Breaking. The whale with 100% win rate keeps on adding to his long positions. Ethereum position 152 million he added. Bitcoin position 118 million. Solana position 106 million. Does he know something? So this whale is betting that the markets are about to go up. And anytime he's going down towards liquidation, he adds more. He doubles down his position. Like he's doubling down on his positions right now. So smart money is betting that we're about to go higher. This is what smart money is doing. But check this out. Fox Business said that trillions are going into Bitcoin and crypto. Wild times. Check it out.
Dollars in assets, trillions of dollars in assets under management, and registered reps all over the country, financial advisors can now put people in Bitcoin. We knew it was going to make it go up. We knew the Trump administration was basically friendly to crypto. This was such an inevitable move. That's why it's going.
But it hasn't made it go up. You hear this? You hear the logic? Everybody is saying that it's going to make it go up. Everybody's saying there's more money and more capital capable of being put into Bitcoin now, more easily transitioned into Bitcoin now. Yet that hasn't helped the price. Suppression. This is a real thing. The game has worked like this the entire time. So learn the game. Learn the game and maneuver, moving the game properly.
Higher now. That's probably why it's going to continue to go higher, because Bank of America, for example, the biggest bank, has not yet made that decision, and they are bound to.
They have to. At the end of the day, they have to. It's not just a question of if, it's a question of when. So check it out. Bullish monthly close for Ethereum. We experienced the largest liquidity event in history and the worst sentiment since the bear market bottom. And Ethereum has held a beautiful structure here. We could range in the new channel between 3,500 and 4,900 for a few more months, so be prepared for that. We could be down here for a few more months. A few more months. This is what he's saying. We could range in this channel for a few more months, so be prepared for that. So that means Toshi would move sideways. Probably not really upward movement, and potentially downward movement. But I don't know if it'll go down, but it'll definitely move sideways if we're in this range for a few months. And this is what the charts are saying. This is what the technical analysis is saying. But we have a huge liquidity tailwinds. But we have huge liquidity tailwinds on the horizon, and altcoins have always flourished in high liquidity environments. I just don't see a scenario in which Ethereum flips bearish here after this close. And with everything we have ahead, I expect new highs by year end. That is my best case. So as you can see, he thinks that we're gonna go sideways, or we can, like, because of this close, yeah, that's a sign of a reversal, I believe. I believe that's a sign of reversal. But yeah, I'm not a technical analysis guy, but yeah, I think that's a sign of a reversal. So yeah, it looks like the market is going to start moving sideways, and AKA, or start going up shortly. So at the end of the day, all the stats, the statistics, the charts is saying one thing and painting a very, very clear picture. My man said, I want to be transparent. I've been consistently buying. It don't matter if it goes up or down. If you don't buy, you are going to regret not buying at these low prices. Accumulate while still cheap. I'm avoiding spending unnecessary things just to add more to Toshi in my portfolio. So as you can see, my man's is buying still. And I'm the same way. I'm doing the exact same thing. Like any money that I can spare, I throw it into Toshi. Check it out. Toshi Royal Flush would look nice. My man Coco said, yeah, as a former poker player, I support your team. Look at this. So this is some Toshi cards. I just thought that these looked very, very nice. It's showing you the potential that Toshi has, like, just as a card games, as children's card games, as as freaking characters in movies, films, all types of stuff. Toshi is a very, very well designed character. Look at this. Bounce back is imminent, Toshi. So if you look at these charts here, the chart is showing you that, I mean, we get into a point where it's going to decide what's going on right now. Anytime Toshi has hit these lines, it blasted off shortly after. So Toshi is bouncing on this line, and it's you know, it's primed for some positive price action at a certain point. So we're going to see how that goes. But the charts are saying that we should see a positive price movement very, very soon here. Check this out. It's literally the top cat in crypto, and the face of Base. In my opinion, rivaling Doge seems reasonable. 100x potential from here. So just take away all the fundamentals, take away everything. Take away everything that matters. When you take something like Dogecoin, it's the top dog coin in the game. A top cat rivaling it is not too unorthodox and out there. Like, it's a very, very, like, there has to be some cat that makes his way. We've seen frogs, we've seen all type of stuff pop off. We haven't seen a cat, and it's the second most popular animal in the world. So at the point where a cat is the second most popular thing, it's a lot of cat lovers in the world. What are they going to do when they get on chain? They're onboarded through Coinbase. They have to come in through Base, and then they see the top thing on Base is a cat coin. Doge effect. So yeah, I mean, because there was a lot of people who bought Doge just because it was a cute dog. So at the point where we're going to have a lot of people buying Toshi just because it's a cute cat, you gotta think about what some of this stuff actually means, man. Think about what some of this stuff means. Some of this stuff is very, very significant. But there we have it. I'm going to end the video here. I just wanted to give you all a little bit more perspective, give you some of my thoughts, where my head at, and all the sentiments within the market. And notice how all the people who are in the know, like they're very bullish, they're very confident. Nobody is panicking. These are people, most of the people who are not panicking are people with money, very, very rich, very successful. They're not sitting here banking on changing their lives based on this market. They're analyzing it calmly and seeing it for what it is. But when you're banking on changing your life with something, your thoughts are going to be distorted. So yeah, let me know what you all think. Be sure to drop that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and I will catch you all on the next one. Peace out, fam.